Oh, I ought to call up and do it officially, shouldn't I?
Yep.
Golf King Charlie, changing frequency to Boscombe down 126.700. Thank you.
Roger, safe onward flight, see you again soon.
See you soon.
Compton Radio, Golf, Golf, Romeo, 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 by the new hangar. Taxi for a local flight with 2 POB, please.
Romeo, Romeo, it's 26 right, QNH 1024, your readability 5.
1024, 26 right, Golf, Romeo, Romeo. And radio check box 1, please.
Readability 5.
Roger, Golf, Romeo, Romeo.
Golf traffic, Golf Bravo Delta, joining in the crosswind for right-hand circuit on T6.
Right, I'll get her taxiing and then I'll give you a go at steering it once we get moving.
Yeah, roger that.
Oh God, who was it? I took somebody flying the other day. Gave his wife chance on the throttle when I was taxiing it back after fueling, and she just opened it completely full throttle. I said very gently, no, and then she did it twice, and I said, oh, I'm not going to give you another go at that. So I'm deliberately going left and right, and I'm going to do it properly this time. I'm going to go left. I'm going to see the DI changing, the compass changing, the turn and slip changing. Of course. I'm going to go the other way, and I'm going to see the DI changing, the turn and slip changing, and the compass changing, and they're all moving in the directions I would have expected them to.
Yeah.
We're not going to bash anybody.
Traffic, Golf Bravo Delta, turning downwind for right-hand circuit on T6.
Somebody's downwind. I'm now going to close the throttle and gently check my brakes. As usual, pull slightly to the left.
Yep.
Did you apply your brakes? And I'm just going to use some throttle just to make sure that just to reassure myself that the brakes are good.
Brakes on.
Yeah, thank you. And brakes off, please.
Brakes off.
And if you want to take control, keep the stick back to keep the weight off the nose wheel. You have control. There's your throttle there. And left and right with your feet. And I would always suggest doing a bit of left and right before you go any further so that you know how much it is. And that's a bit high-powered. We're going slow. Well, no, that's about the sort of taxi speed. Then I'll have to calibrate myself to knowing that I'm dealing with somebody who knows which way's up.
Yeah.
Lovely, lovely, jubbly. As you know, what we do is we get to the end of the runway, the space we've got furthest, actually I'd like you a little bit closer to the parked aircraft because a bit further away from where they're trying to land. It cocks up. We get far, that'll do. We tuck ourselves over in the corner there.
Yep.
We swing round into the visible wind. And there's a windsock over there which we'll use to guide us. G-det. And then I'll do the 2 remaining little checklists, which is the run-up checks and then the pre-flight checks, and then we'll go flying.
Lovely. So are these the cheap seats to the left? Right?
Yes, that's right. That's where the visitors have to park. And have the long walk.
Yeah.
And if they come in wearing high-vis jackets, I hiss at them. So Bravo Delta called downwind and was. Bravo Delta's
Golf Bravo Delta, turning finals on T6.
turning final. I've got a bit of a picture in my mind about what the circuit's up to.
Northwesterly.
Technically we're not allowed in the circuit with a broken radio, but you never know, somebody might be, so we always have to bear it in mind. Somebody might not even know that his radio isn't working.
Yep.
So if we get a little bit closer to the hedge without actually going into the hedge, that wingtip, then you'll need to do about a 180-degree turn and get back into the wind. Okay. And that won't freak him out then, because it won't be anywhere near where he's about to touch his wheels. Took me such a long time to work out how to steer these things on the ground.
Yeah.
That's good, and then let it roll forwards a bit so that you've got the wheel. In fact, where I really want the nose wheel is very slightly over there.
Okay.
The steering is to the right. That's good. Stop, I have it. Thank you.
You have it.
Right. So, parking brake on, tick over at 1200, and we'll go down the list because it's just
Good practice.
helps. Pre-taxi we've done, during taxi we've done run up. Parking brake on, and I cover the foot brakes and I hold this up here so I can see what the bleeding hell I'm doing. We started on the left, we've taxied on the right, we'll do the run up checks on both.
Okay, touch my Bravo.
P's and P's are looking good. The mixture now goes to fully rich.
Yep.
The throttle goes up to 1800. And I exercise the prop, and when I exercise the prop we see several things. We might see the oil temperature drop slightly, we will see the pressure drop slightly, and we will change the manifold.
Yep.
But what we're doing is we're pulling back the prop and saying, be coarse and bite 1300.
Yep.
Manifold pressure, oil pressure,
Yep.
because it uses the engine oil to actuate the bending of the props, and we do it 3 times. 1, twice,
Do you want me to put some fuel in that?
and thrice. So we've exercised it, we've flushed warm oil into it, and we're happy. Now we go up to 21. One set of mags, other set of mags, no difference between them. A little bit of engine heat and a very slight drop. Bolts are good. 0 or charging. Suction is good.
Yeah.
We tick over. A bloody great big gyroscope, so there's no need to whack it open or whack it shut because that doesn't help anything. She's happy to tick over, so there's sufficient fuel supply. Back to 12, and now we really go for... I used to call this vital actions on my run-up, but these are vital actions. Trims is set to take off, and is set to take off. Flap, I want 10 degrees of flap. I've got 10 degrees of flap, and I check the gauge. Mixture is fully rich, prop is fully fine, friction levers applied, engine heat knob is in, mags are on both, fuel on both, sufficient, and boost pump on. Alternators on and the lights out, and we've checked charging. Lights, we'll have no taxi light, we'll have the landing light. Heater heat's not required. De-icing, should be the second time we've done that and it isn't. That's saying 30. That's saying 30. Transponder will set so that Bournemouth can see what we're up to. Full and free check. If push came to shove we'd be alright, wouldn't we? Canopies closed and locked. Harnesses, straps tight. If you're going to need your straps, it's in the next 5 minutes. Make sure they're really tight. Takeoff time noted, takeoff brief. Right. If there's a problem with the engine during the takeoff roll, I will close the throttle.
Yep.
I will keep it on the runway or put it on the runway. I would prefer to go through the hedge at quite a high speed with about half a ton of metal in front of me than to actually get airborne.
Yep.
If we do get airborne, I will land it within an arc of about 30 degrees.
Okay.
And while I'm doing that, if you've got sufficient presence of mind, get rid of that.
Yep.
You know about bracing and that sort of stuff. The maximum danger that people die from bashing their heads on there.
Yep.
And do make sure you're checked, and I've shown you where all of that stuff is. Are you happy to go flying?
Yep.
Golf Romeo, Romeo's lining up 26.
Romeo, surface wind is west-northwesterly at 12 knots.
Right. Gentle winds. Nobody coming down final.
Yep. Happy.
Boost pump is still on, that's why I can hear all that wailing noise. Runway behind you is completely wasted.
Come to radio, Chipmunk, Golf, Alpha, Oscar Tango, Romeo, 3 miles to the southwest for a rejoin.
26 right, and the QS...
Right, I'm going for it.
Yep.
26 right, roger, we're positioning for...
Full power, I've got full power. T's and P's are good. Nose wheels going light.
Yep.
Airspeed indicators active.
Yep.
400 metre coming up and we're airborne.
Yep.
Squelches need playing with.
Yep.
Squelches need playing with. That's better. Climb out of 8. I've got 300 feet. Flaps are going. Flaps gone.
Compton
Radio, Golf Alpha Romeo, Foxtrot Oscar.
Actually, we'll climb out straight ahead.
Oscar Compton, it's, sorry.
I should have taken my jumper off.
Alpha Romeo, Foxtrot Oscar, Cessna.
Right, we've got a reasonable distance.
26 holding.
Save the engine a bit, I'll pull the throttle back to 25.
Thruxton.
It's 26 right in the QNH 10.
Aircraft just over the horizon.
26 right, QNH 1024, Golf Foxtrot Oscar.
Did you want to take your jumper off?
Now, nah, be alright. Okie dokie. You have control for the minute.
Good job.
You know about keeping the wings level, you know about getting hold of a picture. I want a rate of climb. I want the rate of climb to equal 80 knots. I've got 1,000 feet above the runway. I'm going to put the boost pump away. So if we climb out at 80 and we head over that sort of way, there are some masts, full barrow masts, which are on the end of a little ridge going over there. You can sort of see Portland.
Yeah, it's seen, yeah.
So if you work out from Portland to Chesil Beach, at the end of Portland, at the end of Chesil Beach, and then down a bit, there are some masts. We're aiming for that sort of place.
Yeah.
So we're climbing at 80. We don't do any aeros below 5. When I get more confident, I'll do it a bit lower than that.
Sure.
Anyway, we can find some clouds to play around with. That airfield over there is Henstridge.
Okay.
Which means there may be aircraft about, but it's also because up there is Yeovil and Yeovilton, and we don't want to be in their airspace. I'm just going to make a call to Romeo, could you just dip the nose, make sure there's nobody sneaking under our nose looking to crash into us?
Yeah. Compton traffic. Chipmunk Tango Romeo's downwind 26 full stop.
Nothing there, go back to the climb. Romeo is clear of the zone to the west, and we'll be doing aeros over Bull Barrow.
Roger, see you later.
So, happy engine? Happy engine. Greedy engine. We can have a bit of lean at this point, even though we're doing... Actually, what we'll do is I'll pull the prop back to 25.
Okay.
And I'll leave quite a lot of power on. 25, 25. But you can still lean. They don't teach leaning in flying schools. I can still lean as long as I keep an eye on my cylinder head pressure.
Yeah.
Temperature. We've still got a healthy rate of climb.
Yeah.
And actually what we need is a victim in a cloud. So if we go to that one towards Portland, you see there's a flattish cloud with one bump in it.
Yeah.
That's our victim. Because I've got a feeling they're at about 5,000 feet.
Yeah.
There's Blandford Forum. Goes up nicely. There's Poole Harbour.
Yeah.
Portland's much clearer now we've got the altitude. The whole sweep of Lyme Bay.
Roger, it's still T6 right.
As I say, I do this with other people.
Oh,
so
it's
I'm
good.
doing this.
Bearing in mind our speed
Compton Radio.
and negative visibility below,
Again?
what's your visibility with paramotorists like?
I think your VFR is the same.
Yeah.
So my visibility limits are 7 kilometres, I think.
Yeah.
Oh no, 3 kilometres actually, but I wouldn't like to be flying in it.
No.
1,000 feet from clouds, both above and below. I knew all that when I passed the air law. What I feel comfortable with now.
Yeah.
And we'll dip the nose again, because it gives it a chance to speed up and cool down a bit.
Copy.
Still nobody there.
Roger, that's all correct.
But we're climbing nicely, we've got 4,000 feet. As we go higher, the air gets thinner,
Yeah.
so we need more power to get it to go to 25.
Yeah.
Have you got your feet resting on the pedals?
Yeah, just.
If you want to wiggle the pedals just to give it a feel, fishtailing away, and you've already done the... And it's the same old thing, you play with the rudder, what will happen, you'll be making less lift and more drag, so therefore the nose will drop, because it's trimmed at the moment for about 80. Oh yes, by all means play with the trim. very sensitive.
Lining up on
So if I say fly at 100, you would fix this. First of all, you would push the stick forwards
Golf Charlie Kilo.
to get it up to 100. This is me being baby instructor. And to get it and keep it at 100, you would need to start playing with the trim. It's what they never told me. What somebody should have told me right at the beginning is that trim tells the aeroplane how fast to fly. If you can't be asked to change the power and say I want to fly much faster, then the aeroplane will automatically point downwards. And vice versa.
Okay, Mike Compton, pass message.
Good afternoon.
Just reminding the body about your controls as well.
That's it, yes. And also it's good if people are likely to be at all uncertain in their tummy.
200.
Linking their motions to the tummy motions helps them for later on.
That's part of the fun, surely.
No, clearing up sick is not. There is a sick bag in there just in case. We're not going to get to that cloud. Further away than I thought and higher than I thought. So what we'll do is, if we level out,
Okay, Mike, just got one PA-20.
an aircraft down there well away,
We wanted to,
looking for some sort of line feature. Oh, I've got a nice bonfire, that's good.
Yeah, super. It'll take me 10 minutes to start and lift anyway. Go.
And we've got Blanford Forum. Oh, that's good. We've got an axis there between Blanford Forum and that bonfire. So if you go fairly steepish left for the moment, there's Blanford Forum, and now straighten out. And then look down there and there's a bonfire.
Yeah, seen, yeah.
We're going to see if we can go forwards and backwards over that line.
Okay.
Trying to use one of the ends, one as the end and the other as the end. Oh, actually, you see, away from that bonfire.
Yeah.
I have it.
You have it.
Yeah, crosswind.
Between the bonfire and us, there's a squarish field with a diagonal line cut in.
Yep.
That's a little airstrip. I've landed there. That's Bagber Farm.
Alright, yep.
In fact, I have it for now for the moment.
Land for fueling.
There's Dorchester up there. There's the A35 fuel carriageway going down there.
Yep.
Another good landmark is the wind turbine at find it later. We've got 5,500 feet. Right, I'm going to start thinking about doing aerobatics for the moment. And the first thing I'm going to do is get you a bit used to tummy, just in case you're a complete numpty, and I'm going to clear the airspace. So I'm going to do a reasonably hard turn to the left, with a bit of G, and come round to point at Blanford. And we're keeping a lookout. So that was that turn that way. I'm going to switch the boost pump on.
Compton radio, Golf Delta Echo Bravo Tango. Radio check and airfield information.
I'm going to start
Tango
going balls to the ball there.
and QNH 1024.
QNH 10.
One aircraft down to our 3 o'clock.
No, there is. You never know how people are going to take it.
Yeah, downwind 26.
Started to go daka behind. Thank you for that. That kind of is the purpose of the clearing turn. The reason I took it early is because I'm going to try and... I've been flying with negative trim. I've been flying with neutral trim, doing aerobatics.
Kilo.
Some people fly with
Helicopter's about to lift and he's going
a constant forward trim. Not used to it yet.
Yeah, I've got another lesson at 3 and I need...
I do understand why. Not used to it yet. Right, I'm going to do a fairly steep left turn, and if you keep an eye out for that guy that we spotted.
Okay, Dave, you want to...
No, I just don't like it. I'm sorry, I don't like negative trim.
Cross, leaving the zone to the east, changing to Bournemouth 11947. Thanks very much, see you again. Just joining crosswind.
Alright, there's our bonfire. Okie dokie, so loose objects. Zipped up, nothing in the back. Happy engine, loads of fuel, boost pump. Done a clear. couple of things will be few alien rolls, okay? Yep.
Take the QF
We-
9 and 9
An alien roll is a two-stage process, if you've watched the videos. The first step is to plant my feet and your feet on the horizon, and then stop any rotation, and then rotate in a roll.
Western.
So we dive for 120, and then a little bit of G comes in while I put my feet on the horizon, stop it, and then over we go. And out she comes. We've got nice load of speed, we'll do another one. Stop it, over we go. Aircraft. Oh, there is, yeah. We won't do a loop yet then. We'll bug off down that way. And do some right-hand aileron.
Victor, downwind, my flight.
Still got 5,000 feet. Yep. Still got that aircraft. And we're going to do a right-hand aileron roll. So this aeroplane, with this much power on, will just about go to 120 when trimmed out.
Hey Mike, we're just going to get the Piper
So
50.
we do the same thing. We put our
Then we'll let you go on there.
feet on the horizon, stop it, and over we go.
That's okay.
And it finds it a bit harder because of the propeller.
Yeah, sorry, we just had another 3, so we had to get him through quickly.
Back up again. Over we go. So, you're used to doing unnatural things and still doing it. The temptation when doing an aileron roll is not to be brave enough.
Golf Delta.
You're going to be brave enough because you're going to do an aileron roll.
1000 is...
So just to remind ourselves, I'll do another one going back the other way.
Oh, Roger, lining up Golf Bravo Tango.
We're straight and level, doing about 120 anyway. If we're not, we dive for it. 120, we pull, we stop it.
Oscar India.
And I'm not going to do the roll now, I'm going to abandon it, but we pull and we stop it. If we don't stop it, when we're doing the roll, we'll still have some pitch change happening.
Okay, Dolphin India.
So I do it again, we pull,
Radio, good afternoon, it's Golf Romeo.
so I wasn't going fast enough.
Bravo November,
And I deliberately wanted to give you a bit of negative.
Bravo November's Robin inbound to you from Cambridge,
120,
8 miles
pull,
with the field in sight.
stop it, over we go. And when we do go over, there's no need to do any forwards or any backwards. We do that later on when we're finessing it. And when we come out, the nose will have dropped.
We'll go ahead.
But we just make sure we're not going to break anything. We firmly push it all the way over and make it stop at the stop without breaking any of my cables. You have control. Over control. So we're going to dive forward. If you want to do it in the practice, do the practice, pull and stop and then pitch over the top of it. Right? So it's 2 days. Dive for 120. Plant your feet on the horizon. I'm pulling quite hard. Stop it. And then with the coast over the top. Go slightly light. Ready to do the full thing?
Decimal edge.
Which way, left or right?
That way's easier. Right, yeah. Go on then. Okay. So dive for 120. Pull a bit harder than you did last time. Pull, wait for the feet on the horizon, stop it, and go. All the way across. I suspect you weren't all the way across. And then pull out of the result and dive. And the squelch comes in there. Yeah. Possibly your leg was in the way. I'm going to do it, but that felt very slow to me. I'm just going to do one to remind myself. Got 120. Horizon. Over. So am I pushing? Oh, maybe. I don't know. So those aileron rolls. Boring. Where the fuck are we? People barrow. There's the bonfire. Yeah, and there's Blandford. So heading towards Blandford, we'll set ourselves up for a loop, okay? Entry speed for a loop, I'm using 100. I've just recently learned I should be doing 130 probably. Okay. Overcook it. We'll pull 4G then we've been up to about 3 so far. And there's very little to do with the loop. I'm looking out. So as I'm going up, I'm looking out to make sure the wings are level and I'm fixing this rudder. So we will check our engine.
Sierra is ready to
Right,
go to
we'll dive for about 130.
426 to
Speed will build. And then we will clench and pull.
H1024.
QNH 1024 Golf November Sierra.
And the G will come into the bottom right now.
Compton Radio, Golf Charlie Echo, Echo November inbound.
And if I'm any damn good, we'll go through the disturbed air.
We're active on runway 26.
That's a loop.
And circuit and
It's really simple. But I'm not brave enough to let anybody else loop yet. Seems too extreme.
26, right hand with
We've got 5,500, that's gone mad. Another loop, okay?
approach.
And you hear the storm on it, but I didn't feel any buffet.
join us preferred, but if you
Right, I'm going to dive.
just give way to any established circuit traffic.
Wilco, Golf Echo November.
Golf to the Golf final.
And pull.
To the Golf.
Get all the speed back, get all the height back. And coast over the... Right. Really want to... What, you seeing an aircraft?
Farewell information.
On the horizon. Oh yeah, right.
Romeo Zulu 10 miles to the northwest. Request.
Going to go round 180.
Compton Golf Bravo November in the overhead 2,000 feet, defending dead side for 26 right hand.
006.
And when I was
Zulu.
being trained, I was very good at feeling different. Buffet.
Compton.
These do really buffet when they're about to let go.
Charlie Golf,
I haven't been up to buffet recently.
at the end of the line.
So we'll do an interrupted roll, okay?
Go to the Golf.
Which needs me to be brave, because what I'm building up to myself is I'm trying to get to a stage where I actually go up slightly whilst inverted. Because I want to get to a stage where I can go to 45 degrees, turn upside down, slow down enough, pull, come out the other side. Okay? If you don't slow down enough when you pull through, you see V&E on the way down. So I've got 5,000 feet. Nice and red. So it's going to be a roll. I'm going to stop the roll halfway through.
Joining cross.
Backward.
Number 26.
And I'm only allowed there for about 4 seconds and carry on the roll in the same direction, okay? And your straps are nice. Up it comes, over it goes, and stops. And that was quite negative. Quite pleased with that. And it's odd, isn't it? Yeah. I want to get used to that.
Golf Echo November's on long final.
Right, we're now going to do Cuban.
12 knots.
It's a roll, sorry, it's a loop.
Golf
From over the top we go light, we start plummeting down. When we're 45 degrees down, I stop the rotation, and rotate 180 and come out the other way. So we wind up going back to...
Romeo Alpha Tango Delta, taxiing for 26.
Wind up going back to...
Low final traffic, how far out are you? This is Golf November Sierra.
2.6 miles. We'll do an orbit to the right to give you a chance to get in first.
No, I'm on the ground, so you can come on in. I'm just going to wait for you to come in, then I'll go up.
Roger. Right, so we've got 6,000 feet.
On downwind, and we got you visual on final to slot in.
We're going to do we start off a loop, so we need about 130, 140.
Foxtrot taxiing out for 26, returning to Whittles 1 on board.
Why has it suddenly got much windier?
Right, there
Alright, I just suddenly...
24.
That's good.
024.
Oh, we had a hole somewhere. Right,
Radio Golf Romeo Victor,
dive for 140.
Hold.
We'll just say 26 right, QNH.
And clench and pull.
Golf Bravo Tango is well clear to the north. Will QSY Campbell up en route.
Stop the rotation.
Goodbye.
Round it comes. Pull to come out of it. That's a Cuban. Get the height back. I do one going the other way. Let's get 5,000. We got 5,000 feet. Right, we'll do one going the other way and then I'm going to go home actually, or you can take us home. Okay. Diving for 140.
Copy, thank you.
Clench and pull. Over it comes. I pick a spot. There, stop it. Round we come. And pull. And out we come. Loads of speed. Get the height back. Calm down. Right, okie dokie. You have control. I'm going to start configuring the engine.
Sierra.
So you make adjustments to your trim as you need. And the first thing we want to do,
Romeo Zoo.
turn 180.
Descended, 23 left hand.
The boost pump off. There's Blandford. Fly towards Blandford, please. Yeah.
November 5 changes.
I'm happy to lose altitude,
Okay, welcome to Compton.
which means we can go back nice and fast.
Park
I'm now pulling back on the throttle, not the prop.
Compton Radio Golf, November, no Papa Sierra.
So she will tend to drop her nose anyway, which is good.
Thank you for taxi 40.
I'm pulling back on the prop. And I'm pulling back on the fuel. Bloody annoying these hits. It feels like the squelches aren't working at all anymore. Maximum squelch. Hello? Hello? We are working.
Golf Bravo Sierra Victor.
Oh, it is because we're still travelling quite fast.
Come on, security.
Yes. So, the airfield is about 800 feet above sea level. Okay. And we're about 5'7". So when they give us a setting in a minute, although we think we're at 4'6", we're actually really 3'6" or so. Okay.
Right, QNH1.
We want a rate of descent, and this will do. You've got a volume control there, it's just almost unusable, these bloody radios. See, why is that hissing now?
Yeah.
So Blandford Forum has got a ringway round it.
Yeah.
And the exit we take, the moment we've gone off the roundabout, there's a Sunrise Business Park on our right-hand side,
Okay.
which stands in those fields.
Yeah.
So I can see that now. But if you trace round the dual cap, not the bypass, there's a runway, there's a roundabout at about, what's that, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and you can see the Sunrise Business Park, which is a little rhombus.
Yeah.
That's the road to Compton Abbas.
Okay.
So you can turn left now.
9 and 9 and 4. Right hand circuit, Golf Bravo Sierra Alpha with.
And keep that road.
And just for your information, we've got cloud rain.
So we got one aircraft on the nose, on the horizon.
Yeah.
Lovely view of that. Of whiskey.
Looks like they're not coming our way, going into the cloud.
Yeah, and it's not actually cloud, it is the rain itself.
Yeah.
And they may have been chatting recently about
ready for departure.
Direct west northwest.
if it's actually chucking it down now. I don't think somebody would actually be launching at the moment, so
Yeah.
we're all good. So we're in a steady descent. We've got a clean airframe, boost pumps off, happy engine, happy fuel, about 2023.
Yeah.
And you've been following the road. And there's Shaftesbury up there.
Yeah.
Compton Abbas is notoriously difficult to spot.
Golf Victor Stero's number one at the
I think I've got the road on my side, which is all good. I can see it wiggling.
Sierra, roger, the departure is northwest.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have the runway.
Papa Sierra lining up 26 for departure. Still over there.
Oh, okay. So,
Thanks very much, John. Look forward to
we can still hear them.
Yeah.
We can't hear ourselves with that setting, but we can also hear that hiss.
Okay.
So maybe it's one of the microphones.
Is that the thermals?
Sierra rolling.
Yeah, bumping us from under the clouds. Right.
Golf Bravo Tango Charlie Hotel, just posing from the south
Right,
for
right.
a crosswind rejoin for 26, and I've got 994.
Hello.
Right, 26 right. Several aircraft have departed and...
I know where the runway is. Actually, I need to take control because I think properly when I've got control. I have it, okay?
Yeah, the visual with the departing aircraft looks like they're getting out of the way before that cloud comes too far. What is the wind direction at the moment, please?
currently it's swung a bit more northerly now. We're northwesterly at about 10 knots. Golf Alpha Whiskey Crosswind. Whiskey Roger.
Golf Romeo is descending dead side for 26. QFE, please.
Romeo 26 right hand. The local QFE is 994.
994, Golf Romeo. Right, so we're setting ourselves up to join the circuit. We're meant to be descending dead side, but it's a right-hand circuit, so I shouldn't be doing any left turns around here. But I need to be because I'm in the right place. Now I'm properly descending dead side. I've got the proper QFE. We're aiming to go across the runway at the end of the runway at about 1,000 feet, so we can lessen this rate of descent, so we'll have a bit more oomph. Time to start cleaning up the engine. We go fully rich, fully fine. So there's the 08 numbers.
Yep.
Anybody else that's joining will be turning left and left. He's out there bloody miles away in the big circuit. Looks like I'm going to have to give him some space, so we'll slow right down because I don't like going that far away. And people don't like it if you overtake them. Actually, what we'll do is we'll drift over that way. So that's clean, that's clean. Brakes are off. Undercarriage is down and welded. Mixture is fully rich. Propeller is fully fine. Fuel is on both, sufficient for a go around. Instruments, haven't checked them for a while. All good, 1,200 feet. There's the runway. I've lost the aircraft ahead of us. About 4 o'clock. Okay. I'll have some
Charlie Hotel overhead.
Charlie Hotel, Roger.
Golf Romeo, overhead 08 numbers.
Romeo, understand your crosswind, Roger.
Crosswind, A firm, Golf Romeo.
Okay, you've got a Luscombe in your right, 4 o'clock.
traffic, visual with the traffic. There he is, yes.
Comes to traffic, Golf Alpha Whiskey.
You see that one there?
I've got him, yeah. Actually, got me the other one.
Northwest.
I'm ahead of that Luscombe.
Golf November Sierra is leaving your frequency for Blancourt.
You can still see him?
Lost out.
En route. Thanks for the visit. Have a safe flight. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Papa Sierra is now well north, and thanks for the visit. See you again very soon. Papa Sierra, roger. Safe flight. Bye-bye.
Golf Romeo Romeo is a tight downwind for 26. Boost pump on.
Golf Charlie Hotel, similar tight downwind for 26.
Good, so he's behind us enough. If I go in tight enough, he won't feel alarmed. I had heard him, but I never had worked out where he was.
Yeah.
So we aim to come down at about 80. Still got quite a lot of height to lose, so I'm happy to be doing this. And I want to make sure he goes. I like to fly a nice, tight, steep circuit.
Helicopter radio, helicopter Golf Echo Mike.
Full flat, because we're definitely going to get there now,
So
even
the
if the
rollout
donkey
just
quick.
landed, we'd like to depart straight ahead from current location.
Yeah, roger. I believe this is a full stop landing from Alpha Whiskey. So wind for your departure, as you can see, west-northwesterly, 10 knots.
Copy that, we'll depart behind Alpha Whiskey, Golf Echo Mike.
Get off the runway, Alpha Whiskey. I'm not going to call final until you've gone.
We'll depart ahead, Golf Echo Mike.
Mike, roger.
Coming down to 80. Got full flap, got the boost pump. Golf Romeo Romeo's final for 26, and there's a helicopter just lifting away.
Romeo, roger. The wind indicates northwesterly at 10 knots.
I'm going to keep the speed up a little bit because it's a little bit choppy.
Yep.
We're now doing 70, which is all good. Rest of the descent, a bit of power.
Golf Charlie Hotel, final 26.
Charlie Hotel, roger. The wind indicating northwest.
Little bit of ground effect.
Yep.
No brakes. Would have stopped in 400 if I'd have wanted to use brakes. Don't know how close the Luscombe is, so we'll stop freaking him out by getting off the runway. And we'll boost pump off. Have a bit of cooling. And Golf Romeo Romeo will taxi for fuel. It's quite a...
Yeah, going for it.
When the weather comes in, it kicks off, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I think Alpha Whiskey is fueling ahead of us. Oh, he's got a prop turning.
Mike is clear your zone now, we'll QSY en route, thank you very much.
There's a prop turning there.
Yeah.
Safe flight. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Staying away. The only time I ever damage aeroplanes is on the ground.
That seems to be a trend for everybody.
Yeah. Actually, if he's a good boy, he'll pull far enough forward so we can up his arse.
Copter radio, Golf Oscar, November Yankee, for radio check and airfield information.
November Yankee, your strength 5, the runway's 26 to the right hand circuit, below QNH 1024.
1024, 26 right, November Yankee.
Bit of a dodgy place to decide to make that call. How good am I going to... I think... He stopped his prop. Dooney's out of the way.
Okay, clear right.
That'll have to do. Might need to go and get the bloody tow bar to move it about. Right. Throttle is closed. Mixture. Prop's fine. Fully lean. Engine. Alt.